You need to hear this right now. If you have 1,955 to 1,945 down list, penny worth $685,000 each single. Discover the secret mint marks collectors are buying now, because what I'm about to show you could already be sitting in your pocket, your drawer, or mixed in your loose change. And you're about to spend it without even realizing you're throwing away a silent fortune. Welcome back to Wheat Pennies in Circulation. And today, we're exposing the top 3 most valuable wheat penny rare coins that collectors are secretly chasing, fighting over, and paying life-changing money for. Do not spend these coins. I'm serious. These coins equal hidden wealth. These old coins are big treasures, and nobody is talking about them. Some tiny detail makes these coins special, and if you miss it, it's gone forever. Each coin gets rarer, more shocking, and more valuable as we go. So you need to stay till the end, because what comes next might completely change the way you look at every penny you touch. Check your pocket now, because you might already be holding a fortune. Now listen closely, because this first coin looks completely normal, almost boring. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous to ignore. The 1,955 wheat penny with a D mint mark, extra fine condition, with those grey, almost dull-looking spots across the front and back, most people would toss it aside without a second thought. But this is not just a coin. This is quiet wealth, hiding in plain sight. This is the kind of coin people spend every single day without realizing they're losing serious money. We're talking about a coin that today's market has pushed to around $310,100 in the United States. This is not fiction. Back in 1955, America was in a powerful transition period. Post-war expansion was booming. Industries were growing fast, and the demand for coin production was intense. The U.S. Mint, especially in Denver, was under pressure to produce massive quantities of pennies for a rapidly expanding economy. And when pressure like that hits, mistakes don't always happen. But quality shifts, metal flow changes, and subtle characteristics begin to appear that only sharp-eyed collectors understand. This is where this coin begins to separate itself from the rest. When you hold this 1,955D wheat penny, you're holding a piece of that pressure. On the front, you see Abraham Lincoln's profile. Calm, strong, facing right. With "In God We Trust" above, liberty on the left, and the year 1955 stamped clearly with that small but critical D mint mark just below the date. That tiny letter, that D, it matters more than most people will ever understand. On the back, those iconic wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum sitting at the top. Simple design, but powerful history. Now here's where it gets intense. This coin is made from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that solid, slightly heavy feel in your hand. It weighs about 3.11 grams with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and a thickness around 1.52 millimeters. But what collectors are obsessed with is not just the size or the metal, it's the surface. Those gray spots you see, most people think they're damage, but in many cases, that natural toning is exactly what proves the coin has not been cleaned, not been altered, not been destroyed. And this is critical, because the moment someone tries to clean this coin, the moment they try to make it shiny, they destroy its value instantly. I'm telling you right now, never clean this coin. That original surface, that aged look, that antique texture, that's what collectors want. That's what turns this into a hidden treasure instead of just another penny. Extra fine condition means this coin still holds strong detail. Lincoln's hair is visible, The wheat lines are sharp, and the lettering is crisp. Coins like this didn't survive easily. Most were worn down, damaged, or melted away over time. But the ones that survived in this kind of condition, untouched, original, those are the ones collectors are quietly chasing. And when I say chasing, I mean serious money is involved. Auction rooms go silent when coins like this appear. Then suddenly, aggressive bidding starts. Collectors don't play around with coins like this. They don't sell them easily either. They hold them, lock them away, because they know supply is shrinking and demand is rising every single year. This coin is a life-changing opportunity hiding in something people still call just a penny. So if you ever come across a 1,955 wheat penny with that D mint mark, with that grey-toned surface, in extra fine condition, you need to stop everything. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Get it professionally graded, because that single decision could mean the difference between losing everything or holding a fortune in your hand. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Because the next coin is even rarer, even more shocking, and even more dangerous to ignore. Stay with me, because what comes next changes everything. You might want to sit down for this one, because this coin right here is the kind people ignore, toss into jars, or hand over at a gas station without even thinking. And that mistake could cost you a silent fortune. The 1,950 wheat penny with no mint mark, very fine condition, with those strange green spots across the front and back. It doesn't look valuable at first glance. In fact, most people would call it damaged. But this is exactly where people lose serious money. This coin is a hidden treasure, a quiet wealth opportunity. And if you overlook one tiny detail, you could spend something worth $340,450 without even realizing it. Do not spend this coin. Now let's go back to 1,950, because this year matters more than you think. America was stepping into a new economic phase. Post-war demand was still pushing production, but there was also a shift happening. Early Cold War tension, industrial expansion, and rising consumer demand. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins without a mint mark, was running heavy production to keep up. And under that kind of pressure, something subtle happens. Not errors, not obvious flaws, but variations in strike quality, metal flow, and long-term surface reactions that create coins like this. Coins that age differently, survive differently, and become extremely desirable decades later. At first glance, the front of this coin looks familiar. Abraham Lincoln's portrait is right there, facing right, with "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1950 stamped clearly. But here's the detail that changes everything. There is no mint mark under the date. That means it came from Philadelphia. And while millions were made, far fewer survived in strong original condition with untouched surfaces. Flip it over, and you'll see the classic wheat design, 2 wheat stalks wrapping around 1 cent, and United States of America with E pluribus unum above. Simple, clean, but hiding something powerful. This coin is made from 95% copper with a mix of tin and zinc, giving it that warm, solid feel. It weighs around 3.11 grams, with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and a thickness close to 1.52 millimeters. But here's where people make a huge mistake. Those green spots you see? Most people panic. They think corrosion, damage, something bad. But in many cases, that green toning, that aged copper reaction, is actually part of the coin's original surface story. It proves the coin hasn't been stripped, polished, or destroyed by cleaning. And I need to warn you right now, never clean this coin. The second you try to wipe away those green spots, the second you try to make it look better, you erase the very thing that gives it value. Collectors don't want shiny, they want original. They want untouched surfaces, natural toning, that antique look that tells the coin's real story. Cleaned coins lose trust instantly, and with that, they lose serious money. Now let's talk about condition, because this is where it gets real. Very fine condition means this coin still has clear detail. Lincoln's features are visible, the wheat lines are still defined, and the lettering remains strong, even with light wear. Most coins from 1950 didn't survive like this. They were used, abused, worn down, and forgotten. But the ones that stayed intact, that held their structure and original surface, those are the ones collectors are quietly hunting. And when they find them, things get intense. Auctions don't start loud, they start quiet. Then suddenly, bids jump. Fast. Aggressive. Determined. Because collectors know what this is, not just a coin, but a shrinking opportunity. Fewer of these exist in original condition every year. People clean them, damage them, or lose them. Supply drops, demand rises. And that's how a coin like this reaches a market value of $340.50. This is hidden wealth. This is serious money. This is the kind of coin that can change everything if you recognize it in time. So here's what you need to do. Check every 1,950 penny you come across. Look for that missing mint mark. Study the surface. Respect the green toning. Do not try to fix it. Do not try to improve it. Patience is everything in this game. And if you think you've found one like this, get it professionally graded. That single step could turn a simple coin into a life-changing asset. Because here's the truth. People are still spending this coin every single day. They don't see it. They don't understand it. But now you do. And if you think this one is shocking, the next coin is on a completely different level. Rarer, more intense, and the kind of discovery that collectors dream about but almost never find. Stay with me, because what comes next is the one that nobody is prepared for. This is it, the coin nobody sees coming, the one people pass over, spend, drop into tip jars, and walk away from without realizing they just lost a life-changing opportunity. I'm talking about the 1,945 wheat penny with no mint mark, fine condition, carrying those green spots across the front and back like a quiet signal that something powerful is hiding underneath. This coin doesn't scream value, it whispers it. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous. Because right now, people are spending this coin every single day, while collectors are hunting it like a hidden treasure worth $380. This is not fiction. This is real. And you need to hear this clearly. Do not spend this coin. Now go back to 1945, a year that changed everything. World War II was coming to an end, and the United States was under intense economic and industrial pressure. The mint had already gone through material changes during the war years, shifting metals, adjusting production, pushing equipment to the limit. By 1945, things were stabilizing, but the after effects of that stress were still present. Coin production was high, but consistency wasn't perfect. Subtle differences in strikes, surfaces, and long-term aging began separating ordinary coins from the ones that would become quiet fortunes decades later. This 1,945 penny came out of Philadelphia, and you know that because there is no mint mark under the date. That missing mint mark is not a mistake, it's a signature. It tells you where it was born. And for collectors, that detail matters more than most people realize. On the front, you've got Abraham Lincoln's portrait, steady and worn from circulation, with "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1945 sitting there like a timestamp from one of the most important years in American history. Flip it over, and those iconic wheat stalks wrap around 1 cent and United States of America with "E pluribus unum" above. A design so simple, yet hiding serious money. The coin itself is made from 95% copper, with a small mix of tin and zinc. When you hold it, even in fine condition, it still carries that solid, unmistakable weight of about 3.11 grams. The diameter sits at 19.05 millimeters, and the thickness is around 1.52 millimeters. It feels ordinary, and that's the trap. Because what matters isn't just the size or the metal, it's the survival, the surface, and the story written into that surface. Those green spots you see across the coin, that's where most people make a costly mistake. They think it's damage. They think it lowers value. So what do? They try to clean it, scrub it, polish it, and in that moment, they destroy the very thing collectors are looking for. That green toning is part of the coin's natural aging process. It proves originality. It shows the coin hasn't been stripped of its history. And once that's gone, the value drops hard. So hear this clearly: never clean this coin. Ever. Fine condition means this coin has seen life. The details are softer. Lincoln's features are worn, but still visible. The wheat stalks are still there, but not sharp. And that's exactly what makes surviving examples so important. These coins were heavily circulated during and after the war. Most were lost, damaged, or worn down beyond recognition. But the ones that survived, even in fine condition, with original surfaces intact, those are the ones collectors fight for. And yes, they fight for them. Auctions for coins like this don't feel casual. They feel tense. Quiet at first, then suddenly aggressive. Bids jump fast. People hesitate for a second, then push higher. Because they know what they're looking at. They're not buying a coin. They're securing a piece of shrinking history. Supply is disappearing. Every year more coins are cleaned, damaged, or lost. But demand, it keeps rising. And that's how a simple-looking 1,945 penny becomes a silent fortune worth $380,190. This coin is special. This is hidden wealth. This is the kind of discovery that can change everything if you catch it in time. So check your change. Look at every 1,945 penny. Notice the missing mint mark. Pay attention to the surface. Respect the green toning. Do not try to fix it. And if you believe you've found one like this, get it professionally graded. That step alone can turn uncertainty into confirmed value. Because right now, somewhere out there, someone is about to spend this exact coin without knowing what they had. And if you made it this far, you already see what others don't.